All right, Chris, so Magic is saying the right things. Are you buying this, though?
No, I'm not buying this. I mean, look, Magic had no choice. If you're secretly, which this isn't the case, but if you were secretly trying to trade him or thinking we might have to move on, you still say what Magic said. If you really do like him, you still say what Magic said. If you're iffy, which is probably where there are somewhere in the middle, you still say what Magic Johnson said. So, but I'm not buying it for a second. Let's look at what he said. No regrets, all right? And he said something else. He said he's everything, this is in the same quote, we thought he would be and more. That's just a flat out lie. I love Magic Johnson. Magic knows I love him. That's just a flat out lie. I'm sorry. You said when you had the press conference, what'd you say? He's the new face of the Lakers. That's what you expected. He's not he was more the face of the Lakers that day than he is now. Now Brandon Ingram is more the face of the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's probably more the face of the Lakers. Heck, LeVar Ball is more the face of the Lakers than Lonzo is. So number one, that's wrong. You talked about retiring his jersey. You said, don't break all my records. At his best, he will never be Magic Johnson. He never will. Maybe he'll be Jason Kidd. I don't even know if he'll be that. But he'll never be Magic Johnson. So those were the expectations Magic set for him. And he just hasn't reached them. He's fallen off. Beyond that, I think he can be a very good player. And he's played better than people give him credit for. But he's not exciting. Not an exciting player. You compared him to yourself, Magic. Magic was the ultimate showman. His passes were tremendous. The best passer by far in NBA history. The most exciting passer. Lonzo is not that. Even when he's cooking, when he's getting his rare triple doubles, when he's getting everybody involved, it's very pedestrian. There are no looks. It's stuff like that doesn't come from him. Then you throw on top of that LeVar. And LeVar is one, a deterrent to free agents, most particularly LeBron James. So that's not what you expected. That's not what you wanted. Your teammates and coaches are in the line of fire from LeVar's mouth. That's not what you wanted. Then the Lakers are not associated with the big baller brand. But in the story that Ramona Shelburne wrote for ESPN.com, great story, where this quote came from, she wrote that when Big Baller Brand was failing to deliver their shoes and product to customers, people called the Lakers.
Looking for their merchandise.
So now on top of all the basketball problems, on top of all of his bluster that's brought problems to the franchise, now you have people thinking that you aren't delivering on your promises when it's really the Big Baller Brand. So those are the facts. So Magic was just being a public relations guy. That's
Absolutely.
What that was.
And that was GM speak.
Yeah.
You've heard a coach speak when they say, yes, Magic had to say that from the standpoint of that was his first pick. He has to prove to everybody that he knows talent and all that. But Magic is as guilty as LeVar for all the stuff that you talked about. He was waving the pom-poms as well. So people had a higher expectation. The notion about the Jason Kidd, people need to stop with the Jason Kidd thing.
You don't think he's going to be close to that?
No, but Jason Kidd, even his rookie year, everybody says, well, Jason struggled his rookie year shooting or whatever. Jason Kidd was rookie of the year, shared it with Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Lonzo's not even in the conversation. I mean, really, he's not even the best rookie on his own team. Kyle Kuzma is. So all that stuff doesn't fit in. And I think maybe I'll give Magic a break. Maybe he misread the teleprompter during the press conference, and instead of saying he was the face of the franchise, he meant farce of the franchise, and that's what probably happened. Because when you look at some of the numbers, really, you ready? And you say he didn't get enough credit for the player he's been so far. Maybe he's been, okay, here we go. And this is all rookies in the league this year. Field goal percentage, 35%. Worst of all rookies in the NBA. Three-point shooting, second worst. Josh Jackson's the only one who's shooting worse from three than Lonzo. Free throws. Now, of all things, okay, maybe his shot's not right. He's shooting 48%, the worst of all rookies. Everybody knows DeAndre Jordan, that was his bugaboo. He's shooting 60, and Lonzo's shooting 48. So my point here is, Magic is saying these things, and you're right. If you want to move him or whatever, you can't trash the kid. But to say that he's lived up and he's everything that you wanted could not be further from the truth. He has been a bust to this point, and I'm talking about from the expectations and the sell job that Laker fans got, NBA America got. He's been a bust. And don't tell me you can't call a kid through his first season a bust. If I can look at Simmons in Philadelphia in his first season playing and say this kid is something special and off the charts, I can look 30, 40 games in and say that Lonzo so far has been a bust.
I hear both of you guys.
I love when he
I
says
think
that.
for the first time, I'm on an island by myself. I can support Magic in this. And what he said was he's everything we expected him to be. How do we know exactly what they expected him to be this year?
Greg,
No, what
he called him the new face of the franchise
right
that day.
Has he not gotten garnished all the attention?
It's declined since that day, don't you think?
I'm not saying it's declined, but this is his first year, and we talk about everything that rookies are supposed to be. Yes, did they set the bar high? Absolutely. Were expectations through the roof? Absolutely, without question. But no one knew Kyle Kuzma was going to come out here and be as good as he was, so the bar got raised even higher now.
Have you never played with guys who came in and they're supposed to be all that, and you could tell early on
we knew
this guy ain't going to be that?
But listen, we knew when we look at stars that can actually put the ball in the basket and can make everybody around them better. He makes the team better when he's on the court because of his passing ability, his ability to get out in transition, his unselfishness with the ball in his hands. He just can't shoot. So that's a knock on him. That's something he's going to have to work on and improve. The only part that I disagree with Magic about is the and more part, because I believe Magic when he says he's everything that we expected him to be, because I don't think their expectations this year, if you listen to Magic and his expectations of the team this year, they weren't high.
Did
he wanted them to be competitive.
Do you think he expected him to shoot 35%?
No, I don't think he
Okay,
did.
so
but
that right there means the statement was wrong.
No.
48% from the free throw line. 20, whatever,
Look,
30% from three. Come on.
I agree with those. I agree with those numbers. I agree with that. All I'm saying is I don't think Magic's expectations for this year were high for anyone across the board, including Lonzo. Even though he elevated and made sure that, this is what you're supposed to do.
No, you're not supposed to say your jersey's going to be in the rafters one day and you're going to break all the records of one of the best players in history. You're not supposed to say that.
Who are you to tell Magic what he can and can't say?
He put up an expectation that he hasn't lived up to.
You
could say
year,
that, hey, he's an exciting player who's going to be a part of this franchise for a long time. I'm looking forward to watching him play. And I saw him at UCLA. And if he can bring that same magic and change the franchise the way he changed that college program, we'll be in great shape. That's not what he said.
This is the problem.
When LeBron James got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers, they didn't say he's going to be up there in the rafters and break all of Bingo Smith's records. That's LeBron James.
This is
you don't
why
say that with
being
Lonzo
on
Ball.
this side of it now, this is why it always tripped me out. Because now all of a sudden we want Magic Johnson to be what everybody else is, which is to say the right things, to do it a certain way. Magic, you don't do it that way when you're in that position now. No, Magic is saying it from what he sees. He sees Lonzo Ball every single day. Every single day. He's seen him more than any one of us at this table right now. And so to say that Magic Johnson is lying, he's telling part truth, I'll give you that. He's not telling the whole truth because the and more is where I think he went too far. But to say that Lonzo Ball is everything we expected him to be, he never set the bar that high for the team. So why in the world is he saying that his number is going to be lifted in the rafters this year?
You think he expected him to be the second best rookie on his team? If not, Josh Hart is actually playing better in February than Lonzo has at any point in the season.
No, but that is a great problem to have now.
I know, but that's not what you expected. We're talking about the statement of he's all we expected and more.
when we talk about him being the second best player on this team, why is that? It's because Kuzma can
Second best rookie.
Rookie on this team. Yeah, you're right, because he's not even the second best player on the team.
And I don't know that that's what they expected. I mean, come on.
But it's because of the ability that Kyle Kuzma has shown to score the basketball and to defend, quite honestly. Like, he is just a better overall player.
But, Greg, if it was just that, and we're talking about scoring, and that's the reason why Lonzo doesn't get credit, how did Jason Kidd finish in a tie with Grant Hill? They're not the same player. Jason Kidd, you ready? He averaged almost 12 points a game his rookie year. Lonzo's at 10. So as bad as people talk about Jason Kidd in his rookie campaign, he still scored more points than Lonzo. That's a problem. This is what I'm saying. It's not a real comparison.
The difference with Jason Kidd and Lonzo Ball is the way they play. Yes, are they both good passers? But Jason Kidd has always been able to manage a basketball game. As a point guard, he was a floor general. Bottom line, Lonzo Ball isn't a floor general. What I mean by that
what is he? If he's not a floor, because I kind of disagree. But if he's not a floor general and he definitely is not a big-time scorer, what is he?
Because Jason Kidd could penetrate and create open spots for his other players. You don't see Lonzo as a threat offensively whatsoever.
So what? So what's your argument?
My point
Magic Johnson expected that?
No, I don't think Magic Johnson expected him to be an offensive threat. And I don't think he expected Kyle Kuzma to be what he said he was. I just think that his expectations of Lonzo Ball are right where they should be. Not in the rafters yet. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's not there yet. My point is, Magic Johnson, what he was saying wasn't predicated on just solely this year.
We know that, of course.
But that's what that's what you're focusing on. You're bringing up the rafters and his jersey gonna be retired. He's gonna break all. That's down the line. We can't.
But you start breaking the records right now. You start. I mean, Magic was now. Granted, Magic was 1 year older. He had came out after his sophomore year instead of his freshman year. But Magic was 18 points,
he was a
7
star
assists,
from the beginning.
8 rebounds right away. Obviously was great.
How many guys come in this league and just
that's who
is a star right from the beginning?
Then why compare him to Magic?
Yes.
Why compare him to yourself? I know Magic. Magic was being nice. Magic was caught up in the moment. Magic was trying to support the kid, and he likes him, and he wants him to be great. He's never gonna be Magic Johnson, though. And so you're right, Magic was talking future in a lot of the stuff, but you still compared him to yourself. Well, I do agree with you in that you seem to like Lonzo's game to some degree, and you think he's a bust. I wouldn't call him a bust.
No, he's not a bust.
Granted, he started off very poorly, but the last 2 months of the season, or the last month that he played, he was shooting over 40%, 42% from the field. He was shooting pretty good from three-point line. He was averaging about 12 points, still giving you your 7 rebounds, 7 assists. And defensively, even though he's not a stopper, he does have great instincts and intuition and gets deflections and things like that. So I don't think he's been bad. I think if we didn't know who his dad was, if he was an average NBA dad and we didn't know his name was LeVar Ball and he wasn't all talking and stuff, I think people would look at Lonzo and say he's having a pretty good year. Not a Magic Johnson year, not a year that makes you say he's ever going to be Magic Johnson, but a good year as a rookie. That's where I disagree with you, Rob.